there is a lot that we can talk about in the crypto space, but there's one thing I'm noticing in terms of trends. That trend is that more and more people are choosing Cardano. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Let's jump into it. We're going to jump into the charts. We're going to talk about the move that's going on. We talked about in yesterday's video. We're going to dig into it, but the trend. And this isn't just me just saying, hey, I'm noticing some things, on Twitter, Cardano looks popular. That's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's start here. This is Ada Ape. He's big into Cardano. Follow him on Twitter if you're not. Big money is rotating out of ETH, Solana, and into ADA, he says. The rate of reallocation favors Cardano faster in percentage and absolute terms than any other chain. If the trend continues, it will overtake Ethereum by the next survey. People are waking up. So here's the chart. Let's dig into it a little bit. It was posted by CoinShares, and basically they tweeted. They said the digital asset bi-monthly fund manager survey results are in. Here are the main takeaways. So let's go down to that graph discussing which digital assets have you invested into. And check it out. So this blue like diamond that you see here, that's the previous survey. So you basically are seeing with the bar, that graph, the increased demand, the increased investments and interest in these assets. And check this out. You can see Cardano, that last survey all the way down here. Look at that spread in terms of increased interest. I think maybe more notably is Ethereum from its last survey decreased interest, and Bitcoin even very slightly, but still decreased interest. And then Solana all the way back here. I mean, if it's going to keep shutting down, this could potentially not be that surprising. But this is really nice data that says and suggests more and more people are waking up to Cardano. We're always asking the question, why are so many people ignoring it? Well, here's a piece of data, a survey, I think a relevant one, that says people are waking up to it. And not only that, I just tweeted this as I was preparing to do this video. Grayscale has increased their allocation towards Cardano in their smart contract platform X Ethereum fund, now at 32.33%. So this has increased. I don't remember exactly what it was before, but the ADA allocation has definitely increased from what it was. Now over 30% allocated in this smart contract platform X Ethereum fund. It's non-Ethereum smart contract platform fund. So there it is. Again, another data point suggesting, guess what? More and more people, if they're not waking up to Cardano, they're at least opening their eyes just a little bit to the possibilities. Grayscale Smart Contract Platform X Ethereum Fund is one of the first securities solely invested in and deriving value from the price of native tokens of emerging smart contract platforms. I highlighted that just in case you were unaware of this fund, but I just really like it. Emerging smart contract platforms. It is just starting for Cardano, everybody. And I think the interest and the demand of Cardano is going to increase. So surveys like this, I really think we're going to continue seeing this happen. Now let's dive into the charts. It's ADA on the weekly. It's all good, everybody. All crypto is down. And the Band-Aid, in my view, has been ripped off. There could be months left of bottom formation. Cardano down over 85% total. And right now down around 80% as it finds its way, as it forms its bottom on this macro chart. And there could be more downside. I mean, this trend line, first off, is interesting to me. We've been tracking it stemming from all the way back into November 2018, right before capitulation to the bear market low. But kind of this longer term trend line, amazing that Cardano actually broke above it, went into this bull market high and revisited it. I think that's really compelling data. It's also a nice general illustration of how the Band-Aid has been ripped off. How, in my view, this is my opinion, and I should have said this earlier on, everybody, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's data. You all know the story. I'm tracking it with you. But this revisit to this trend line, to me, it's just like we have these trend lines, and we could have been talking about this trend line. We were definitely talking about a 50-cent target, that's for sure, all year long. But we could have been talking about this trend line all year long, even above $1. And when we're up here above $1, it's kind of like, man, that trend line is far below. Imagine the pain involved in getting there. Well, we don't have to imagine it. It's happened. And that's why I said the Band-Aid has been pulled off. And I think it makes it easier to kind of plan, to strategize in the long term. Even if there is more downside to prepare for, it's like this has been over half a year of downside. And we've been here before in bear markets, not just in Cardano either. So let's have some patience. But what I really wanted to do is dig into the short term, what we've really been talking about, because we're in the middle of an important move. So I want to kind of digress away from the macro and talk about this daily chart and where we are. Yesterday's video, we talked about the importance of Cardano maintaining these closing candles above this green line here, the 20-day moving average. We've gotten the break above it with resistance at the 50-day moving average. It's the importance of maintaining support above it. We have not dipped to it just yet. We already know if we go to the 6 hour, we already got that dip that we were anticipating to a Fibonacci, right? The higher low Fibonacci along that 20-day moving average. We hovered around that area, and then we got this breakaway, and now we're waiting. Can Cardano make that breakout to the upside, breaking this previous swing high resistance? So this is a 6 hour chart. If we go to the daily chart, this is what it looks like. Can Cardano break this swing high resistance? And if it does, it will be breaking the 50-day moving average. It is getting close. I think when I did the video last night, Cardano was below 60 cents. Right now, it's barely above it. You can see kind of a little bit of resistance here on this daily channel or daily candle. Same resistance here on this daily candle back here. So ADA's been trying, it's been failing, but will it get that breakout to the upside? Right now, the 50-day moving average sitting around 66 cents. And if we go back to the 6 hour, here's what I'm looking at. We've kind of put in now this upper trend line. So swing high resistance on the 6 hour, swing high resistance on the 6 hour. And we have just over an hour left to closing this candle as I record this video. So two swing highs with a lower high most recently, an upper trend line in play. It's a question of, well, where's the lower trend line? The lower trend line is the 618 of the Fibonacci that we just discussed. So we have kind of information, a descending triangle. Descending triangle target to the downside is kind of right in this 45-cent range. So we always want to anticipate downside. What does that look like on the daily? That's my first question. 45-cent range on the daily. Guess what? It's Cardano, ADA failing to hold above the 20-day moving average. So that's the immediate concern right now on the 6 hour formation, is kind of this consolidation pattern forming on the 6 hour. It is not to say that ADA can't get a break out of the descending triangle. It certainly can, with a breakout target to the upper 70s, 80-cent range. And that's already been our target for a bullish environment on the short term. It's ADA breaking. Maybe it revisits the Fibonacci one more time around 54, 55 cents, and then it breaks out to the 80-cent range. That's what we're looking for, though, is 80-cent target as this next bullish move for ADA. If it can break out of this consolidation, break the 50-day moving average sitting around 66 cents, that could be the breakout we're looking for. The reason why it's so relevant, if we kind of zoom out on the daily chart, is if you've been following the channel, you already know that 80-cent range has been this area that we've talked about for a very long time. The rising broadening wedge breakout target, the 80-cent range, right? That ADA actually hit, kind of bounced off of, formed some structure, and then broke below. So a revisit to that makes a lot of sense. It's a very key area for ADA. And not only that, if we go over now to the weekly chart to really bring it all together, you can see the 20-week moving average right now getting very close to that 80-cent range, right around 85 cents right now. So that green line, the 20-week moving average, is this area where even in Bitcoin in general, we're looking to see a rally at the very least to pull into this magnetic area, the 20-week moving average. It's already happened once. So in my view, it just makes most sense that it actually does pull into that area. The question on the macro chart, will we get the bullish confirmation where ADA actually breaks above it and closes weekly candles above it? That I'm absolutely not sure of because we're again putting in this bottoming formation. Traditional markets are trying to find their way right now. There's a lot going on still in the world. There's a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt that is kind of driving the emotions behind these markets. So a rally could be nice, but what happens here is the question. The setup is 100% there on the zoomed in charts. We're going to continue tracking it. One thing is for sure, as Cardano forms its bottom, as it finds its way, whether it's going to be a short-term, mid-term rally, whether we're going to just break back into a bull market, or it just hits a new low in the next couple of weeks, no matter what the deal, people are waking up to ADA. They really are. The demand is coming in. And it's not just an opinion that I have. It's real data that we're seeing here collected outside of just opinions, right? So that's important to track for sentiment as well. So these are my thoughts on Cardano today. This is what I'm watching. It's what I'm watching on the 6 hour. Continued consolidation is fine. Let's see if support holds. If we do revisit down here in the 54-cent range, 55-cent range, if support holds, and if ADA does make a move to the upside, can we break up above this entire channel, ultimately breaking the 50-day moving average in blue, which is just above where ADA is right now, around 66 cents. It would be what? A little bit over maybe what? 10% move or so for ADA, and it's above, right? Let's see where ADA is right now to the 50-day moving average, 10%, and we're breaking above that area. So let's see if ADA can set up a move like that. Time will tell. Everybody, I hope you're having a good start to your week. I appreciate all of you coming by. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.